Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I am in, and we're waiting on our guest for the night, who's having a little bit of a hearing issue. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me when you come in here. 1 second. Hey, David. Hey, I got 3 people here. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, please. Okay, look like my guest might be back. Let's see. All right.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. We're live.
Okay.
Welcome.
I did it from my phone.
But yes, we are live. So if y'all that's coming in, thank y'all for tuning in. It is again the I Choose Foundation Village Live. This is our last one of the month. Wow, right? But we're here. And we got our host, our guest, Deontay is here tonight with us. So we're gonna kick these things off in a little bit, just to give him time to get in and get settled. If you guys are coming in, make sure y'all speak to us, say hi. Also share the video, share as much as possible. We want as many viewers can come in. Tonight's gonna be a good night. It's gonna be an interesting night. Deontay got a lot of information to share with y'all, I believe.
Absolutely.
See, knew it. Hey, Tiff, Mama Tiff, you here? David, Marcus, thank y'all for joining. Remember, y'all, please come in and say hi so I can know y'all here, because I can't see it from here, but I do see it from my phone. Hey there. Deontay, can you see their comment?
No.
Okay. Not yet. You getting there. He getting settled. Y'all give him a little time. Oh, he done left again. I want him to realize this is live while he keep going in and out of the screen, right? What's going on here? But in the meantime, in between time, hey, Tiffany, my love. Tiffany, I'm going to be working something out to see you soon. I think he's back. Let's see. I said, you won't keep popping out my live here.
Oh, buttons. Lord have mercy.
You get there. We got about 6 viewers, and just when you can, share it. And that way we'll know all our people are coming in, and we definitely gonna get this kicked off. I always say we're not gonna be here longer than an hour, but somehow or another our conversations go a little longer. Same kind of format, pretty much. Hey, y'all that's coming in, Raven. Hey. I'm speaking to y'all. We're gonna speak for a little while. See who can come in, give it a few more minutes. Then we're gonna start our introductions here. We're gonna kick this off. You excited about tonight? I'm excited too. Let's do this. This is my last one. I think we're gonna come back though next month. I've met a few other people that we need to bring back, so we'll come back. But y'all still here with us. Don't leave us. We got 5 viewers. I did just share it. I believe I did. Make sure I did. Thank y'all for that. All our sharing. Please, when you come in, share the video. Speak to us. Say hello. And I want to say I did. I did. Cool. We're good. I shared. We're going to go ahead and get started, D. You ready? All right. So people, again, this is the I Choose Foundation, and we are presenting, again, the Village Live. This is something that we normally would have quarterly before the quarantine came. So I was trying to think of ways that we could still get together, meet, conversate, have a conversation. So people, it is the I Choose Foundation, and again, the Village Live. I'm hearing my own self back. I don't know if that's through mine or not. So with that being said,
I'm trying to share it.
y'all pray for D real quick. Just give him a quick few prayers. He got discombobulated. That's how it goes with this whole background thing and the technical difficulties. It will throw you off. That's why I try to get them on a little earlier so they can get those kinks out. But we're gonna roll. We're gonna have a good time. It's gonna work out. We all gonna get in here. Do what we gotta do. You're good now. Cool. So like I was saying, I Choose Foundation, the Village. We normally have these quarterly, but currently we are doing these virtually. And these are normally my village people, the people that you all have seen on these last few Mondays. They're part of the village. We got a new person a part of the village. His name is Mo. He was our first host, our first guest. I'm sorry, on the first episode of this month. So here we are now. We're going. So I am again Elijah Phillips, the founder and CEO, as you guys see. This is Deontay. I'm going to let him introduce himself. He's going to give y'all a little brief about who he is, what he does. Okay, Deontay. I'm gonna call him D-Man.
Hello, everybody. I am Deontay Sturgill, better known as D-Man. But my bad. Give me once. Talk a little bit, Elijah. I got to share with my family. They text me trying to find out how to find it.
Tell them go to the iTunes Foundation page if they ain't got it off your page yet.
No, because it's not on my. I couldn't tag your page, and this is got me.
Go to my personal page and then share it because I just shared off mine. All right. Hey, Miranda. Y'all praying for Deontay. He having technical issues. Right. Don't get frustrated. It's gonna work out. We got a little time.
I like to be on time.
Likes to be on time. Marika, hey, Marika. So I've been looking for me some stuff to cook. So I'll be calling you soon to get those recipes real quick. Bow. Calling you soon. You shared?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
All right.
I'm doing it, okay.
My guest is getting himself together, y'all. Y'all work with him and send y'all waving fingers and pray for him because he's all a little frustrated. It's gonna work out. It's gonna work out.
Man, it's sharing to the wrong page. All right. It is what it is. You couldn't tag me from your page, like from your personal page, because my regular page, Elijah.
I'm listening. Let me go back. It says you shared it.
Huh?
You shared it twice.
So it's on my regular page too?
D-Man's Fitness is there. It's not on your personal page. It's just on your
that's why I'm trying to share it to, but it ain't won't allow me. All right, it is what it
is. She here, Deontay. She see it.
Who?
I'm looking at the messages, but I'm gonna tag you so they can help them, Lord. Send the prayers. Tiffany, send the prayers. And relax, breathe. You got a little something you can take real quick. You got your NutriBurst. Take a shot. Let me find out how to get. Now I gotta look like I don't know what I'm doing, D-Man, to go tag you to my page.
Well, that's because my apps up. All right, it is. All right. Hello, everybody. I'm D-Man from D-Man's Fitness. I specialize in cardio and group fitness classes as well as personal training. A little bit about myself. 35. I got a kidney transplant.
Don't go into those. Not that part. Just your introduction, who you are, what you do, how you do it.
All right, that's it. But currently COVID. I'm live for Cardio Party Monday through Thursday, 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. and then Saturday at 12 noon. So come join me if you want to get you some great cardio during the quarantine. Check your boy out. It's live on my page, on my personal page, as well as my fitness page.
Yeah. So that is him. I'm taking you now to this page here. So everybody that wasn't able to catch it, you're now tagged to my personal page, so they'll see it. Great. So that is Deontay, y'all. He D-Man. I'm calling him D-Man tonight, y'all. Get ready. So Sadie Hill is actually tagging all your people. They're coming in. So thank y'all. When y'all come in, just say hey. But yeah, we're gonna get this kicked off. He did his introduction again. I am Elijah Phillips, the CEO and founder of the I Choose Foundation. For you all that are just coming in, and welcome to the village. So we're kicking this off. We're gonna start off like we did with everybody else. Kidney disease. How did that start for you? How did you find out? What took place to find out that you were in need of a kidney?
All right. This stems all the way back to 2007. I'll say. 2007, I had just moved to Las Vegas. And for some reason, I just got really, I started tired and feeling sluggish and just not feeling well. And so my family that was living in Vegas was like, are you having anxiety about your move to Vegas? And I'm like, no, that's not it, because I made this decision to move to Vegas, and I can easily move back if I decided to. So,
right.
So I was just trying to figure it out, like what's going on with my body and what's happening. So eventually my granddad was like, let's just go to the hospital to get things checked out.
Mm-hmm.
So, I go to the hospital, to the emergency room, and get there, and they draw my labs and everything. So I'm just chilling. So I'm chilling, waiting on them to come back. I'm just not feeling well. They come back. I remember the doctor coming in, and he just came in blunt, was like, your kidneys are operating at 30% together, and you need a kidney transplant like last week. And I'm like, what? So then he was like, do you understand what I'm saying? I'm like, hold on, this is gonna take time. I don't know what's going on.
So you were in Vegas. This was a Vegas doctor.
Exactly. So I'm like, this is a lot to process. So I'm like, meanwhile, I got my grandparents there at the house with me. So, them not, knowing about anything about that as well, all they like is like, this man, Deontay, I didn't move to Vegas. Now they talking about I need a kidney transplant. They scared. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I'm a lot more close to my mom's side of the family than I am to my dad's side. So, I would have rather something like this happen here in Chicago rather than me moving to Vegas and not really having, even though my family, but it's just something about people that you're super close to. So I'm
exactly.
Yeah, so I was like, oh my God, what is going on? So after he was like, do you understand what I'm saying? I'm like, so, I just broke down. I'm like, he talking about the kidney transplant. And I'm like, what is going on? What is this? You need dialysis.
Heard of. And this was all new to you, nothing you never heard of before, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
So this was just, I'm like, what is going on? What is that? I think I know about dialysis, but what? But they like, we need to do this. We got to put you on dialysis like now. So they went ahead, put through the catheter in my chest, and put me on dialysis. I was on dialysis for probably about 3 days. So they not only gave me dialysis, they gave me, because they was trying to figure out why were my kidneys failing and what's going on. They put me on chemo. They put me on dialysis. So I kind of went through an aggressive treatment really fast or whatever. So
wait, this was all within the time of the doctor saying.
So I ended up being in the hospital for 10 days.
Okay. So and they had no idea what was causing your kidney to.
So they called it something. I can't even remember what they called it, but my blood pressure was out of control as well. So so meanwhile, so that was alarming and everything. So they was trying to get the blood pressure down. They was trying to, do some of everything, and it was just a lot happening. So my family in Chicago, all I know is everybody was praying. My church family from Chicago, then my grandmother in Vegas, she was like, I don't know nothing else, but I know God is a healer. We not whatever reports that all are saying that he's gonna be fine. These kidneys are gonna kick back back in, and so they were operating at 30%. They were coming down. Then they put me on dialysis. So I just go. They put this catheter in my chest. So that's already a big thing. I'm scared. I'm not knowing, am I about to die? What's happening? Now I see. Now they put this catheter in my chest. Now I have to go to the dialysis treatment. They come into the room. They do it all from my room. Everybody has to get out. Oh my goodness, my blood is coming.
So you literally seen it
going into this machine. what is going on?
And this is all in a 10-day span of you not feeling well, feeling tired, going to
Yes.
the hospital, your dad saying, let's go to the hospital, see what's going on.
Yeah.
And
I'm a
from
dad,
there,
granddad. Yeah.
your
Yeah.
granddad, your granddad.
Yeah.
And then from there, you're in the hospital 10 days, you're on chemo, you're on dialysis, all this
Yeah.
stuff is new to you.
Exactly. So
That was a
so
real shock.
I'm saying doctor after doctor. So they're just trying to figure out. I remember probably about the 6th or 7th day, things drastically changed for the better. My kidneys started. I had did about 3 dialysis treatments. My kidneys started kicking back in. My
Okay.
number 30% to 50% to 7, all the way back up. They climbed. The doctors came in. All I remember is that doctor. His name was Dr. Prasad, and he came in and he said, "You know what?" He said, "I'm not a real spiritual man, but," he told my grandma, he was like, you said that you serve a God that was all he said was what's fine." He said those prayers must be working
Yeah.
because this is like I've never seen it. We were trying to put him on the top of the kidney list, all types of stuff. So they and it was amazing. And let me just tell you how God works, because this particular hospital that I went to in Vegas was a new hospital. It had just opened. So the wing that I went on, they had a full staff of nurses. I was the only patient on this particular floor. So I had everybody catering to me.
Yeah. Spoiled.
Literally, it was, I'm like, God's favor.
Yeah.
And the whole team of doctors just catering to me. I was down. Basically, so I was all of the nurses only patient for the whole entire 10 days. Literally. I'm
Yeah.
on this by myself, getting the best of care in this new hospital. For some reason, my granddad was like, "Let's go to this hospital." So
Just out of nowhere.
I don't know.
Well, not out of nowhere. It was God's divine purpose, for real. And that's the thing about it. He does things like, I think I shared this with Tiffany, and I think I shared it with Mo. With my story, it was like I said, I was at Rush Hospital and got put out. I ain't know nothing in my life but Rush, so I was kind of like, what do I do? And then he sent me to Loyola, which was like God sent. So he does things well. He knows what to do, how to do it. Definitely know how to piece things together. So with that, you stated your kidney level went back up 70%.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
the hospital, so now you're back to like life is normal.
So things have recovered. They put me on blood pressure. I've seen the kidney doctors and everything, so they've basically released me out their care. I would just go back and get a checkup. So I was on these blood pressure medicines. I took because I felt that I was healthy. I didn't want to take any pills or whatever. So I took them for probably about a year. I took them probably about a year straight.
Okay, wait, let's backtrack. So you said you're on blood pressure medicine. You took them for about a year because you didn't want to be on the blood pressure. So was this something that was told to you that you had to take once they released you from the hospital after your kidney function did go back up?
So they put me on blood because even after my kidney function went back up, my blood pressure was still high. They would they put me on these blood pressure medicines. That was my regimen to good, but everything else, the kidney function and everything kicked back in totally fine, as if nothing happened.
Okay.
Literally.
So now you're on blood pressure because you did mention when you went in, your blood pressure was extremely high.
Exactly. So
that's the reason.
Exactly.
Okay. So now we're getting somewhere because you were on blood pressure medicine, but I'm a young man. I'm good. I'm gonna come off these.
Exactly.
Okay. So what happened after that?
So I'm in Vegas. A year. So that was like in November. I mean, that was probably like in. I moved to Vegas in June of 2007. So this stuff happened probably like the beginning of July. That I was in the hospital and all that time. So from July, I lived in Vegas for 2 years. All I know is that that last year I didn't take any blood pressure medicine, and I wasn't taking any. I moved back to Chicago in 2009.
Okay.
So 2009. So from 2008 to at least 2010, Deontay was not on these blood pressure medicines. Deontay was not checking his blood pressure or anything. Deontay was just working out and doing what he wanted to do, because Deontay had lost his weight. Deontay felt that everything was fine.
Okay. So let me ask this. You just mentioned something. You said Deontay started working out. Deontay didn't check his blood pressure. Deontay did not take his medication. Were you feeling okay though?
I was feeling fine.
Okay. So you didn't feel no symptoms of the high blood pressure, any of that?
So no, not at all, not at all. So not until I was working in management here at the Y. I was working for the YMCA, so I'm working here in management. And here's where things changed. So 2010, I'll say. So sometime in 2010, I'm at work, but I'm starting now to not feel well. Something is going on in my body, and and now I'm just so sleepy. I'm so sleepy. So that's the main symptom. I can't stay woke. So can't stay woke at all. And now that's not only the case, but so I have no energy. So not even a workout or anything like that. And I can't hold food down. So now I'm like, God, what is going on? I'm scared. I'm dying. I didn't call some type of disease that's killing me. So
you're still in Vegas though.
Huh? No,
I'm
back in
home. You're in Vegas.
Back in Chicago.
Oh wow.
So I moved back to Chicago 2009. Okay. This is me. So fast forward, we Vegas. I'm not fine. I'm okay. I'm back in Vegas. I stopped taking the medication. I moved back to Chicago in 2009.
Got it. Okay, gotcha. So y'all people are getting you all dates, so you'll understand the process of how.
Yeah. So this
transplants work.
Back
what happens.
Kidney, the whole process of how things got to me being on dialysis.
Right.
So now I'm back in Chicago. I'm back working. I'm feeling fine. Now it's 2010. I'm not feeling fine. So I can't stay woke. I'm tired. Now I can't hold anything down. I'm not telling anybody anything. So no family doesn't know what's going on because I'm still going to work. And I'm going to my office. I'm putting a paper on my window of the office, and I'm laid out on the floor because I don't know what's going on and all that type of stuff. And finally, I need to. This particular day, I need to. So I'm like I'm so weak. I'm going to the bathroom. One of my cousins, she was in management at the Y as well. So like her office was near the restroom that I was going to, and she like, what is going on? What's wrong? What's wrong with you? So I think I was coming out the restroom. I'm vomiting, and I'm vomiting, bile. So it's just grain. So I haven't eaten anything. So I'm like, what? So now I'm saying green stuff. I have a bad taste in my mouth.
Like metal, right?
Yes. So the metal taste, the metallic. Yeah. So I'm like, so she like, you need to go to the hospital. Leave. She goes to tell the exec, like, Deontay needs to leave. So I get in the car. So I get in my car. I called my godmother, and I was like, you know what? I don't know what's going on. I'm scared. I'm dying. It's over. Y'all need to prepare for my funeral. I don't know what I haven't been doing, taking my medicine, and all that type of stuff. I don't know what's going on. It's over. It's over. It's over. So I had to pull over. I stayed like a mile from the Y, but I had to pull over on the side of the road because I was so emotional, crying, couldn't even drive. Like, she like, calm down. Do you want me to go to the hospital with you and everything? Like that. I was like, please. I was like, but shoot, I was like, I'm gonna just wait to go in the morning. I was like, I just need to spend some time with God and everything tonight. So, so that's what I did. I went home. I talked to God. I cried. I cried. I cried. I cried. And I went to the emergency room in the morning.
Okay, so let me say this to you because this was in 2010. So you taste the metal, the green vial, the throwing up. It's so all y'all that just tuning in and watching. Hey, everybody that just came in. I think I see Jerry here. Tavoy, thank you for joining. David Dickerson, I see you in here. I recall that myself, and I thought I had a stomach bug. And I remember going to the hospital, and it was just like throwing up green vial, just throwing up, but it was nothing. Like it was not food.
Exactly.
And it was that metal taste. So that's something I think people need to know. Your taste buds start to change and you taste nothing but metal. I don't care what you eat, but it was like a sign that something is taking place with your kidney when you taste this metal. Now it may be other diagnoses that are out here that you may taste metal in the mouth. I don't know those. I can only tell you what we've been through, because he just stated, and I can attest to that. It was that metal taste, and I mean that it was a taste that you just could not even thinking about it. It's like I can taste it again almost, but it was right. It was to that point where you just like something is not adding up. It's not right. And it draining. You definitely felt limp. You was weak. It was nothing you could really do. So just to fast forward a little bit. So now you done went to the hospital. You found out your kidneys have got to what percentage at this time?
So this time, so I get to the hospital. I don't know what's going on. So meanwhile, now even though I've had this, and in Vegas, because I haven't experienced the metallic taste, I haven't experienced the green bile. So right now I don't know what's going on with my body. So all I know is I feel like I'm dying.
Mm-hmm.
And so I get there. So immediately, they take your vitals.
Yeah.
They like we don't know how you walked in here, because my blood pressure was like 200 and something, over 100 and fit. All I know, they said they rushed me back as soon as they took my vitals or whatever. So they hadn't even taken blood work or anything. They were just trying to get my blood pressure down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they was like I was a walking dead man. So like it's no way that my body shouldn't have been in shock or anything. I should have been in some type of coma or anything, but I should have definitely not been just walking as high as my blood pressure was.
For sure.
So that's how I got taken back straight to the back.
Okay.
They take my vitals, and now so now I found out, okay, I'm in kidney failure. So now my kidneys are at 10%.
10%. Gotcha.
So back all the way back in 2007, the kidneys were 30%. Then they recovered. They put me on these blood pressure medicines. I took myself off of them because I thought I was well. So now we're in 2010. I haven't been taking the blood pressure medicines from 2008 to 2010. So 2 years, probably with my blood pressure being very, uncontrollable. And now I'm here back with the kidneys operating at a lower level of 10%. They immediately put me on dialysis. So I get the catheter. So this catheter is put it back in my chest. So I'm going back through that part again. So now I'm on dialysis. And now
is it safe to say that your need for dialysis and kidney transplant was from blood pressure?
Absolutely. So now my kidneys kicked out totally because of high blood pressure.
Got it. So people, you hear that, and honestly speaking, just to give a little history to those that are on here that don't know, that is one of the for African Americans, and I want to say I believe I read for Latinos as well. That is one of the main, those are one of the two main reasons that we as African American lose our kidney function is high blood pressure or diabetes. Those are the two main causes, they say. So to hear, that's what I was getting to him to say, because he kept talking about blood pressure. So I'm just making sure y'all learning, because that's what the village is. Y'all learn too. We talk about these stories, we tell it, but we want y'all to understand the importance of checking your blood pressure on a regular, making sure you're eating things that you should eat, which we're gonna get there because Deontay has did a whole 360 with his life in terms of eating, workout, health, and all of that. So here we are now, 2010. We found out that you're back on dialysis, and that the cause of your kidney transplant is because, or your kidney failure is because of blood pressure. What type of dialysis were you on?
So, so, um, so me, out of all of the people that have been on, I've been on every single different type of dialysis. So I started with the catheter, started
Okay.
with my chest. So I did that as long as I. So then they kept encouraging me to, to go to hemodialysis, but I did hemodialysis because I didn't want anything in my arms. I didn't want the ugly scars, everything that comes with that.
Yeah.
So it was definitely one of my main fears.
Mhm.
So I went from being on having the catheter in my chest and them not wanting that to be infected because listen, everybody, this catheter is like connected to major arteries and everything, so it can easily get infected. So me, I had an active lifestyle. They advised me not to, but I still worked out.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't help it. I worked at the gym. I had lost this weight. I was not about to allow this to.
So another, is it safe to say, just we talking, y'all, this is just like me and Deontay, me and D-Man, I'm sorry. We're on FaceTime, y'all. We just having a conversation as boys, and y'all invited in. So it's safe to say that you just hard-headed?
Absolutely.
All right. I just wanted to make sure I was on the right track and I was on the right page. They told you blood pressure medicine. You said, no, I'm gonna chill on 2 years. Then they said, put the catheter in, don't work out. No, I'm gonna work out. So it's safe to say that you hard-headed.
So yeah, so they tell you that because they don't want this to get wet and soiled and everything. It can easily get infected. So so things like that. You can't shower. They really don't want you to shower. They want you to take baths. You wipe. So when this thing is in your chest, it's different than it's a little different from the chemo treatment because that's inside. This one hangs out of your chest.
Right.
So these two tubes. So it's saying as soon as you take the bandage off, you can see it literally going into your chest. So this is much different. So people with chemo, they can take showers and things of that nature. When you have that particular catheter in your chest, you cannot. It's a lot of things that you can't do, and that's why you to go onto hemodialysis because it's a much safer, it's less risk for infection, even though you can get an infection from that as well.
Right.
So I did that for as long as possible. Then the doctors there told me, yeah, I tell you need to do something. I was like, well, I'm definitely not getting that in my arm, so let's do peritoneal. So they talked to me about peritoneal.
Hard-headed and rebellious. I don't know. Go ahead.
I was like, okay, I need to do. Then I was like, you know what, this is going to be much better. It'll allow me to, more flexible because while I was on dialysis and everything, meanwhile, I'm going there 4 times. I'm going there 3 times a week, for 4 hours a day for dialysis. So I'm doing this 3 times a week, going to dialysis. And all these people I would push past my tiredness. I would still work out. I would still I was still working 2 jobs. I'm working at the YMCA full time, and I'm tutoring and reading math in the school system. So I'm working all these hours. I'm still doing this. I ain't letting nothing. I would leave dialysis, and I would go straight to work. So it wasn't no room to be tired and all that type of stuff. And that's why I say I operate with no excuses, only adjustment, all execution, because, you have to push beyond how you feel. I'm like, shoot, when I'm dead, that's when I rest. So right now I'm pushing beyond. So I went
from that to hemodialysis. So what was before your transplant, what was your last one? Peritoneal, I'm sorry.
So I went to peritoneal, and so that's the same dialysis that Elijah did, as well as who else did?
Mo.
So he did
And
peritoneal.
Jerry said he did it as well. And I'm looking here. Jerry said he had 18 sites for his catheter in his body.
Oh, yeah. So I did that, did peritoneal, and that was cool. So that worked out for probably about this is in 2010. So probably about almost a year I did peritoneal.
Okay.
So and I probably did. It probably was about a year. It worked out good. I was doing that, doing my exchanges at. I was making it happen, doing that work, taking all my supplies that I had to. I had a private office, so I was fine. And I
You
was
were
doing
doing it in the day? Were you like to the machine or were you manually doing it?
so I would manually do my exchanges that I need to, because I had to do exchanges during the day as well. So not only night, so I had to do my few exchanges during the day. So
Right.
I had while I was at work. So
Got it. Okay.
it was no way around it.
Right.
With me having these two jobs, so I would do my exchanges, my afternoon exchange, doing while I was at the Y in my office. Made it happen, cleaned everything, take all my supplies and everything. But of course, my home looked like a Baxter a warehouse.
My basement was like the warehouse. Like,
Yeah, so
and then it had got so bad that like, the living room had turned into the warehouse. It was boxes everywhere. Like,
absolutely.
they delivered it like twice a week, and I mean they delivered boxes. So
I tell you,
yeah.
They had that dolly. I remember them delivering. They got the dolly that climbs up the stairs to bring the boxes, because
Yeah.
those boxes with the solution is so heavy.
It was definitely heavy, and for us to even try to move and
Yeah.
it's a lot of work. So yeah, I definitely got that. So we go from there. Now you're on
So,
dialysis. You
so
did them all.
I'm on peritoneal dialysis. Deontay is at, and also, so I'm doing this. I'm active. I'm active in my church. I'm going to Family Christian Center at this time. So I'm there on a Monday night for our Monday night leadership meeting. But this particular Monday night, Deontay isn't feeling well, but he's still there. So I'm like, let me step out the meeting. I got to chill for a second. Um, Something's going on with my stomach. It just feels like I need something to help me burp. It's like maybe it's gas or whatever. So I'm like, but my stomach is very tight. And at this time, I don't drink soda. I only drink water. And, so I'm like, what's going on? So I'm with my godmom. So we're leaving the church, and I'm like, can you stop? Let's stop at the drive-through and get some. Let me get me a soda where I can burp. Because that's what's going on. We're in the drive-through. My stomach just starts to tighten up even more. Now it just feels like I can't breathe. I'm like, leave the drive-through. I I need to go. There's something going on. I need to go to the just let's go home. So we get on the expressway. So now we get off there. I'm like, you know what? The pain is getting unbearable. So I'm like, what is going on? To the point where it's like my stomach is tightened up so bad. And I just couldn't explain the pain that from what was happening. But it was crazy. It had me going. So I'm like, drive to the hospital. I'm something's going on. I'm dramatic anyway, so I'm dying again. Something's
Dramatic, girl.
but the pain from that. So it was an infection. So I had a double infection from being on peritoneal dialysis. So I get in the hospital. We rush up to. I'm like, you need to run lights and all that, because now I'm crying. I'm in the worst pain of my life. So I've never felt anything like this. So we get there. They get me in. Meanwhile, at Trinity, the nurses in the ICU, in the emergency room, so they don't know what's going on. She's never even seen anybody with that's on peritoneal dialysis and everything. So she doesn't know how to handle it. So they give me some pain medications and everything. And they saying, even the resident that was there in the emergency room, they like that you can go home. I'm like, I'm not about to go home because something is going on. You all just subsided everything with the pain medication and everything. But I said, this is infected. I know for sure. I just know for sure. And my heart was saying, I know for sure it's infected. I said, I said, can you give me those cups, and can you run the labs on this particular on this fluid that's coming from my. So so I'm just look. I already know it's infected, so I don't even care about the how I'm touching it or whatever. So I don't need no gloves. I'm like, bring me this. Let me show you that it's infected. I'm pretty sure that this fluid that's gonna come out is very cloudy, very thin, which we know that if we're on peritoneal dialysis, if you do exchanges and you see a cloudy form of liquid coming out, that your site or is probably 5% infected. So that's a sign of infection. Immediately I did it in the cup. I said, can you run? I said, I'm pretty sure that I have a bad infection. So they run the test anyway. Now they realize that I have a double infection. So they need to take me off Paragen. So they need to remove this from my stomach. They need to put me back on, put the catheter back in my chest. So meanwhile, this is the third time that the catheter is going in my chest. I'm in there. I'm in there for an infection. I'm in there in the hospital for 11 days from this infection, because it was definitely bad. I'm out of there. So I get better. Now I'm back at the dialysis clinic. So I haven't been there in a long, and probably a year. So I haven't been there in a year because I've been doing home dialysis. I would just go there for the doctor visits or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm back on this dialysis, and they like, Deontay, it's just time for you to go to hemo or whatever. You didn't got this infection, all this type of stuff. So it's like, I doubt they was like, wouldn't advise you to go back to peritoneal. So now I've made the decision. This is like 2011, sometime. And then like I made the decision to go put the catheter thing, whatever it's called, I can't even think of it right now, the graft or whatever in my arm, where I can do hemodialysis.
Okay.
So
that was like 2011.
Yeah, and which I definitely didn't want to do it. It's like it was the worst feeling to have to go to hemo to do that, and I didn't want them sticking those super gigantic needles into my arm.
Jerry said the fistula.
Yes, so my fistula.
Yeah. So with that, what year was your transplant, and who was your donor?
2012. So we get 2012, November of 2012. November 12th, 2012.
Mm-hmm. November 12th, 2012. And who was the person that gave you a transplant?
My brother. So my brother did transplant. So I got to the point. So I was on hemodialysis probably for a year straight, and I started giving up. I started giving up. I did not want this to be my life. I didn't want to be have to continue to go to this dialysis clinic 3 times a week, 4 times a day, 4 hours each time I went. And like me, but I pushed throughout all of that. I still worked. I just knew that Social Security could not take care of me and the needs that my living lifestyle and how I like to shop and I like to move around. I just knew that it wasn't going to be possible. So I knew that I needed to work. So I knew I needed to push beyond being tired and all that type of stuff. And that's what I did. But I also, while going to this, I was going to Fresenius right here on the 5th and Wentworth in the La Plaza area, and they had some great staff or whatever, some great techs there, which became my family. These people that came there and were there with me, these 3 times a week as well, they became my family. But you also see people just to be real, you see people that are there this week and that aren't there next week. And not because they got a kidney transplant, it's because they have transitioned from this life to another.
Exactly.
And so these things, had my mind just like going crazy. Then I hear the stories about people who have asked people in their family to give them kidney transplants, and they don't. People, it's some horrible stories to hear. So it prohibited me from even asking my family.
You did ask?
Huh?
Did you ask?
So eventually, because I was at the point where I wanted to give up. I didn't want to be on this transplant. I hadn't even done the steps to get on the transplant list or whatever, because I just hear the stories about how long the list is.
Yeah.
And so it's like, so why even try to do all of this type of stuff? And at this point, I have decided that, I'm giving up. So I'm like, and slowly but surely, that's what I was doing. And so I was like, you know what? I'll just go ahead and still, let's see what my family say. So I asked a few of my brothers on my dad's side, because I automatically just assumed that we would have the same blood type, so we should be matches, and
Right.
and so that was my thoughts. They weren't going. That was just too much. But I get it. But
Everybody's not willing to do that. Like that's something you can't.
Exactly.
You don't want to sacrifice.
Exactly. But it also do stuff mentally. So,
exactly.
But so I asked my mom. And some of my sisters. I asked my mom and my sisters or whatever. So actually, my mom and my sister Shakita, they both decided that, we'll do this. We'll do this for you. Like, we want you to live. We don't want dialysis and all that type of stuff. So they was like, we want to go get tested. So I chose Northwestern Hospital as the hospital of my choice, and that's where I decided to start the process there. And they would want me to be tested. So I got there to be tested with them. And lo and behold, I hadn't even asked my younger brother, my mom's son. So it's four of us. I hadn't even asked him at all to be a donor or whatever. Especially, he also was he had he had a baby on the way. He had just found out he was about to have a child. This is gonna be his first child and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely didn't ask him.
Yeah.
But he showed up to the hospital to be tested. on his own. He ended up being a perfect match. My mom was a match too, or whatever. But they wanted to use him because he was much healthier. He was lean. He was young. They just knew it would be great. So I was like, bro, you serious? You want to do this and all that type of stuff. I'm like, you got. And then so he was like, yeah. So they decided to go with him as the primary donor. Then my mom would be the secondary donor.
Let's talk about that real quick, because you had a brother that was your donor. My sister was my donor. But what I need everybody to understand, when you're going to be tested to be a donor, it's almost like your stuff has to be in line. Well, it ain't almost like your health has to be intact. Like no high blood pressure, no not a heavy drinker.
Yeah, and no being overweight and things.
Right. Overweight, smoker. It's a list of things.
Exactly. So these things all play a part. So at that time, this is no shade to you, sister, if you own it.
Don't tell her business. She just didn't
make to be my donor too, and she had to be tested, and they wouldn't even test her because they said that she was overweight at the time. And she snapped on them people because she like my mama. She like me and my mama the same size.
Well, I mean, I got a sister too that tried. Well, she didn't try. She suggested that she would. I ain't gonna tell her business, but let's just say she could not. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's important, people, that y'all have to you have to be fit. Like my sister was smaller than me, so I actually was heavier. I couldn't get her kidney until I lost weight. So it goes on both sides. I don't want you all to just think that
Absolutely.
the donors have to be A1. No, it's us too. There's a portion that we have to play. Like I had to change my eating habits. I couldn't eat certain things. I had to lose a certain amount of weight before they did the surgery. Unfortunately, I did not reach that goal, but they still did it. Thanks God. I appreciate that, Lord. But I wanted to bring that up because he was talking about it. So I knew how he was saying how his brother was young, of stature, and all that kind of thing. So you automatically think, because you look at a person as good health, but there's testing that they do that will let you all know that if it's blood pressure in there, if it's diabetes, anything of those forms is automatically not a match.
And so like we so they tested and everything, and so they were going to schedule the day. I think we went in for one last test. So my brother, and his blood pressure ended up being high. So it put a halt in the process because they wanted to. So they sent he had to do a 24-hour or 48-hour monitoring of his blood pressure or whatever. So they come home with a monitor and everything where they monitored this, and he had to take it back to them in order for them to see if were going to be able to go through the process with him being, my donor, because they didn't want to risk. They saw that I had blood pressure issues,
Right.
that this was not the case with him as well.
Exactly.
Maybe, yeah. So and I'm just like, so I'm asking him. So I'm like, you got a baby on the way. The baby, my niece had just been born, July something, July 4th or something like that. She had July 2nd. She had just been born, and so here we are close to November. So she's young. Mm-hmm. So now I'm basically trying to talk him out of, even though I want the kidney, then I'm like, man, I know that it's a serious surgery, and and I love my siblings. I don't want anything to happen to him. So same thing. And the same thing with him. He didn't want anything to. He saw how I was feeling, and that I basically wanted to give up and all that type of stuff. And he knew that he didn't want that to happen for me, and he didn't want that my portion. So he figured
to live too.
So he figured, nah, I'm still doing this, even though I just had this baby. I'm going through it, and they was like, okay. So he did the testing, and so now he did the testing, and this is the beginning of November, and they're like, after this test came back, they was like, you know what? Let's schedule it for next week. I'm like, oh no, my birthday November 16th. Schedule it for November 12th. I'm like, this is too fast. I'm like, this is happening. So so now they're aggressively moving. They like, why do you want to wait? It was like, this would be the best birthday present. Why wait? Let's get it done. So I'm asking my brother. He's working as a lifeguard. He's working. I'm like, are you gonna be able to take off? All the time. This is a process and everything. So I'm like, they saying next week. He like, okay, let's do it. I'm like, what?
So November 2012, right?
Yes. So November 12th.
8 years.
Huh? Yeah. So I'm coming up
on 8 years. Wow. And from that, and we're not trying to rush it, but we almost at an hour. I don't even think we on here. But from that, we got November 2012. So you're coming up on 8 years. You now have like D-Man Fitness. I witnessed your workouts, and I've experienced 2. I kind of quit y'all on my training. He still owe me 1. He don't know that. He still owe me 1. But I kind of quit. He's very intense. So I definitely want to get some questions on that. Like with you being life after transplant, 8 years. I know you're feeling well. I see it. We all see it. Why is it important for a person that needs a transplant to either work out before and work out after the transplant? Is that important?
It is very important. So it's very important for you to be in control of try to be as much in control of your health even while on dialysis or whatever, because they still encourage you. So if you're on hemodialysis and everything, you're able to work out. They encourage you to, to be some, to get active or whatever. So to do something, so whatever your body allows you to do or whatever. Especially if you're if you're interested in a transplant, if you're on dialysis and you're interested in a transplant, you want to try to keep, everything intact. So try to, in order, so you want to eat right. You want to be, get some type of movement going on and everything like that, because you're only going to be as tired as your mind makes you feel or whatever. But you have to push beyond all of that. And like I said, if you want to get that kidney transplant, they're going to tell you that you need to, like you said, certain, you gotta. They want you to be a certain way, or whatever. Because if they go into it's a very serious surgery,
right?
And you could die on that table. So surgery is already, high risk.
Exactly.
And meanwhile, I had a. Let me just backtrack because I got to tell people I was supposed to be in surgery for 3 or 4 hours. I ended up being in surgery for about 10 to 12 hours because they put the kidney in and it stopped working. And, and the doctor said that she was not going to allow my brother's healthy kidney, and that I was in a good condition. She said she was gonna get that kidney to work. She was like, she did not care. And so like my family wasn't even able, so they were at the hospital my brother went in surgery like 6 a.m. So they were at the hospital as late as they could, but they couldn't even see me because I didn't come out of surgery till very late and at nighttime or whatever. I didn't wake up until and I was in intensive care the next morning at 8 a.m. I remember looking at the clock and I'm thinking it's 8 a.m. the night before because I'm in recovery. I'm thinking
right. You think same night.
It's 8 a.m. the next morning.
Wow.
It's 8 a.m. the next morning. So and they explained to me that the doctor was like, I was not allowing that kidney to go to waste. She was like, I worked on it. She was like, I'm tired. You can't be tired, but we got that kidney to work. So she was like, and that's only because I saw that how healthy you were. I saw how healthy your brother was, and we was not going to allow this perfectly fine kidney to go to. But yeah, so I had to say that part.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. We thank God they work like that. I mean, mine was 6 hours, I want to say, or maybe longer. I believe it was longer. I take that back because my sister too. She went in at 6, and I didn't go in until I think 8. But when I came back, when I woke up, it was like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, which I thought was a 3-hour process. My doctor made fun. He was like, you were still a little heavy, so we had to make room for it. They never really tell me what it was, but they did say that. So I understand. But they didn't put my family out at that time, but they were a nervous wreck because they were always waiting and there's no information. I see Sadie Hill said that was the most gut-wrenching 2 hours for them. So I can only imagine, because if you're not getting the information and your loved one on the table, you like, well, what is happening here? Also I see Tiffany said she was offered the gastric sleeve so they can put you on the transplant list. Wow. So so I'm telling y'all how important the weight is a requirement to get a transplant. So y'all to hear, not saying y'all getting a transplant, but if y'all know somebody, these are the little tidbits that I was trying to get y'all to understand for these last 3 Mondays of these people's stories and their histories, so they can help you all help somebody. So, and with Mr. D-Man being a fitness guy, I knew I had to have him close it out so we can get this understanding. You know what I mean? So D, with that, for kidney transplant recipients, can we lift weights?
You can lift weights. So me personally or whatever. So I still have my fistula in. So which y'all, I wear bands because it still affects me a little bit mentally or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'll wear a band around my arm, but people like that. But because my fistula is still active, so it still works. So in case anything Preferably nothing. You know, my kidney continue to work, and I know that it will. But
Yeah.
my fistula is still active. It still has its thrill, and it still could be utilized if I ever needed it to.
Okay.
But basically, lifting weights can make your fistula grow in size as well. So you have to be careful if you have a fistula as well about so like I just even my weightlifting out or whatever. So I don't do a lot of single arm weightlifting and everything because I'm not trying to build this. But and I've trial and error. You pretty much know I've learned about, and so I know what to do. But it's not encouraged to lift very, very heavy weights or whatever. So I lift and I lift heavy, but I don't lift heavy all the time or whatever. But you definitely can work out. You definitely need to still stay active, and you definitely need to still lift some weights, and you're still able to do all of that. And a lot of people will. Your doctors might encourage you not to do certain things or whatever, but you know what? God is in control, and your body anybody else, and and they've never been through this or whatever.
Exactly. Because that was my next question for you. I know, like when we worked out, I don't know. I know we didn't really lift weights. We did a lot of like leg and we did chest, but it wasn't like personal weightlifting. Because of, and I'll be honest to say, it's the scares of the doctors. Like they tell you don't lift so many pounds even after transplant because you don't want to. And I didn't have a fistula. I had peritoneal. My doctor still tell me it's so many weights that you can lift, Elijah. You can't lift stuff. They tell me be careful around the house. Don't lift stuff over 25 pounds. Like these are the things that I'm told even today, 7 years later.
Yeah.
And true, not, I can't say, but me being who I am, I ain't trying to risk it. So it's kind of like, I'm gonna listen to what the doctors say. Now, with that, what are some of the best exercises that we can do? Like, I wouldn't mind, like I feel like I'm real scrawny. So I wouldn't mind lifting a little weight to get a little arm. I don't mind being a thick guy. I just think my arms don't match with the thickness. However, what is the best kind of exercise that we can do?
So you still can. So you want to do things with So you can do things instead of weights. You can use resistance bands, which give a less aggressive form of of weights. Basically, instead of using the weights, which are heavier and can in size and everything, you still can get a great workout with resistance bands.
Okay.
So probably something that I would advise to people that have come off of dialysis and have gotten kidney transplants, but still want to get toned up and things of that nature without lifting the heavier weights that the doctors may advise against.
Yeah.
And actually, but definitely get you some cardio in. You can definitely get cardio in, and there's plenty of exercises that you can do that can allow you to get that body that you want to get. So there should be no excuses. I live with no excuses. Now I am aware of what the doctors say as well. I'm not as hard headed as I used to be or whatever, because I do listen and I do want to take care of the kidney that I've trusted with from my brother or whatever. I definitely don't want to lose this, and I definitely don't want to risk this to for everything that I've gained throughout getting this kidney transplant, which has allowed me to be in a place that I am today or whatever. So a lot of people probably wouldn't have never thought that I would be into fitness and I would be as successful I am in this genre, but God has the final say, and everything. So I just encourage people that you can do whatever you put your mind to do. I just ran the full marathon, the full Chicago marathon, October the 13th of last year or whatever.
No.
But I did talk to my doctors, my kidney doctors, before I actually ran the marathon, because that is a lie, and you are putting a lot on your body. But they also told me, they was like that my labs are fine. They was like that I am in great shape, and they was like just make sure that I stay hydrated, just like anybody else or whatever. So of course me, I just made sure that I drank more water than everybody else. If I'm gonna run this marathon, I'm gonna make sure that I do what I need to do to keep my kidney intact. And and if my body was not up to it, wasn't going to do it. But everything worked out. And guess what? I am a marathoner. I am an active runner. I am very active in everything that I do. All right. People will never know that I unless I tell them, or they may see this fistula, and then I elaborate on it. But as far as my active lifestyle, as far as the things that I do in the gym and all that type of stuff, no, you will never know. You will never know.
Okay, so you all, if y'all have any questions, go. Now's the time to type those in, so I can definitely get those questions to D-Man Fitness while we have him here. Just to go over a few things over here before I ask these last two things. Yes, Tiffany, I agree. They kind of scare you now, even after having your transplant. They kind of make you a little nervous about things. But you're right. The greater one lives in us, and we do have to have the faith that the thing is we will continue to succeed. We will continue to live, and that's our mission and our goal, to keep our kidneys as healthy as possible and do what needs to be done. I think your mom is here. She said, "I am very proud of you, son, and know that I am your biggest and greatest supporter." I remember Mama. She came and sat on the panel with us. We did the village, who was our village. So I remember you, Mom. Glad to see you tonight. So real quick, I'm gonna throw this out here at him because I remember, since I have him on live, this is recorded, and we are live on Facebook, and we're also live on the I Choose TV channel on YouTube. So I recall back before I asked you about creating this space for us that are transplant and kidney needing kidneys, a workout thing. And then, you brought out Big Girl Fitness. No shade to Jennifer, I love you. But you left us kidney people out. Me and Tiffany need somebody to work out. Jerry, Mo, we need a workout class. We got to stay healthy. What can you do? What can we do?
Well, Mo is he was kind of active prior to kidney, but to give him some pointers on things, because I am 8 years into the game, and I worked out pre-dialysis. I worked out while I was on dialysis, and I worked out after dialysis. So right.
So you know what we scared of,
exactly. So
that's what we need you.
yeah. So I definitely can give you some great pointers, because your doctors, and like doctors are only they're practicing medicine. This is what they do. So they're and everybody. So me personally, and you all that have gotten kidney transplants, your body better than anybody else. And I tell my clients, I tell people that all the time. If you know your body is feeling some type of way, okay, that's probably something that you shouldn't do or whatever. So but even with everybody needs to work out. Our bodies are meant to move, meant to groove, and all that type of stuff. And if you don't do this, and if you don't eat right or whatever, guess what? You're going to gain the weight.
So you ain't got to tell me I know. You trying to tell me something?
Yeah.
But no, I promise that I'm live too. So the people hear me.
Yeah.
I have to do better.
So either way.
I was rebellious. I was the rebellious one with him, everybody that's online. He took me to the gym twice, and he's good at what he do. I remember one night I couldn't walk leaving out of there. I know I'm rebellious when it comes to the weight loss thing. But I know that's the area in my life now, even with now being 40. It's just like I need to choose more healthier choices. You know what I'm saying? And not even just healthier choices, but healthier style of living and getting into that work. So that's the reason why I want you to close this out, because I wanted people to know that we get this transplant, but we still struggle. We still human. Just like y'all, just like I want to lose weight because you want to look like the next top model. That ain't my story. I just really want to be healthy. I know my body probably won't ever look like D-Man's body, but it's a choice that I need to make. So we committing on this live that I'm gonna do better with that, and we're gonna tune in to his workout shows, because he has workout shows. I'm getting ready to let him tell y'all about that. That's online. Like he has classes, but now with us being in quarantine, he gives us workout live. So we ain't got no excuses, y'all.
Absolutely. Team, no excuses.
None.
Only adjustments. Yes. All execution. dominate whatever you do, and remember we are conquerors. Those are the 5 things that I live by. All right. So 10 excuses, only adjustments, all execution, dominate whatever you do, and remember that we are conquerors. So, all right. So you are more than a conqueror. All right. Through Christ Jesus that gives you strength. He gives you strength every single day when you open up those 2 eyes of yours in the morning. All right. When you're able to wake up your right mind and get out that bed. All right. Operate, move in your day with no excuses. All right. And then operate in your day with, if you need to do something a little different, yeah, make an adjustment. It's okay to make adjustments. We've all made adjustments during this quarantine. All right. All right. But still execute whatever you do. Whatever you do it at the best of your ability or whatever. So and then, you know, dominate. We have to be in charge. All right, dominate whatever you do. And then after you do all of that, you know that you're a conqueror because you've conquered your day. You've conquered whatever that was. And that's how I live. So even when doctors may say nay, people may say no, and all that type of stuff, you know, I pray, I keep, and I know my body, so I was able to run that marathon. I was able I'm able to keep my body tight and looking great and everything because it's my portion. Whatever your portion is, or whatever you desire, God desires it for you too. All right. And you can do it. You can do it. All right. Elijah, like I tell, he talking all this craziness. I'm gonna hold him accountable.
He's going to, and I'm gonna be, I promise you, I'm not gonna be rebellious this time. I'm gonna let you hold me accountable, and I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna do it. Yeah, like even now, I'm like this coming. What you got classes this week?
Yeah. So Monday through Thursday, I'm live currently on Facebook. Monday through Thursday, 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. and Saturdays at 12 noon. And the thing about this, all right, no matter what fitness level you are at, you know what, you get on, you keep moving. That's the key things to any of my classes or any of my workouts. You may not be able to do it at the level that the next person or that me, D-Man, can do it at, but you do it at your level and you give it your all. So you give it all you got or whatever. So you get on there and be like, so if you come in with a negative attitude, okay, you won't get it.
Right.
So if you come in there saying, I can't do that, that's exactly, you've already counted it out.
Right, you defeated.
Exactly. So, you know, so what you got to come in there, okay, I'm going to get in here and guess what? This music is bumping. I'm going to lift my legs. You know, I'm gonna do a little bit more tomorrow or whatever. That's what it's all about. So, you know, because each day gets better. Each day gets better or whatever. So each day got better for me in this fitness journey. And I just kept going. And guess what? Here I am today, encouraging people and motivating people and doing this thing called fitness, even after receiving a kidney transplant. And a lot of the things that I've accomplished, a lot of people probably would have never been able to do it I would have never been able to do it had I would have just listened to what the doctor said, because the doctors probably would have said, you know, you shouldn't run this marathon, you shouldn't be as active as you are. But like I said, I with trial and error, I'm pretty sure that I've kind of perfected this thing, and I know what you can do.
I'm gonna get on there Wednesday. I'm not gonna call myself tomorrow because I know I got something to do tomorrow. But I'm gonna get on there Wednesday, and I'm gonna get no, for real. I'm gonna get in there, and I'm gonna even show you all the pictures that I am in here sweating, and I'm working it out. I'm gonna get right back in this little old studio I created, and I'm gonna go ahead and work this thing out. So I definitely appreciate you for coming and being with us tonight. Tell the people how they can connect with you. Like, what are your social media handles? All your stuff, so they can know how to contact with you, get this fitness. He personal trains, get that information.
So I am an affordable personal trainer as well. So I specialize in group fitness. But I'm currently live on Facebook. My name on Facebook is actually tagged in the photo, Deontay Sturchill McCall. You can add me on there, or you can follow that page, or you can follow my fitness page at D-Man's Fitness. Also, I'm on Instagram, Tay84 on there as well. And, so I'm doing my thing. And I'll also be having some outside workouts coming up as well, since, the weather is nice. We can social distance out there. But just realize that you can do whatever you put your mind to do it. And I'm definitely grateful to be a part of this organization, and grateful for the connection I have with Elijah, and the connection I have with a lot of the other people, especially Tiffany.
Yeah.
I fell in love with her the first time I met her, just that spirit.
I fall in love with Tiffany. You just have to. But so, I'm glad that y'all are part of the village. Like I said, this is the last night for this month. I do believe we'll come back. Y'all might even see I Choose Fitness something real soon,
Yeah, and let's get it.
We might collab, and y'all might see all of us kidney folks out there trying to get it together. But we're going to get it together. But I do.
And we'll do, I know you all like do the walks and the run. We might start a little walk, a walk jog, a little club for people that are even on dialysis or whatever.
Yeah,
you still need to get out there and
get mobile. So like this is the stuff that I'm telling you all. Like I know we are way over the hour, but we're gonna finish this off. This is the stuff that when this was created, as far as the village, this is what we were. This was the purpose. You get what I'm saying? Like Deontay is health and fitness. There's some more people that I'm going to eventually introduce y'all all to. I've gotten some connections with some great people that are now kidney transplant recipients, donors, psychiatrists, like all of those kind of people are coming to the village. And that's what the village is about. So even for y'all to hear him say those things, we family, y'all. Like we know we have.
Absolutely.
It wasn't offered to us, so we had to create this space to make it happen. And I mean, like I tell everybody time, and I think I said it last week, I didn't choose this thing, but I'm glad that God chose me to be the advocate and the voice to try to bring this together. I didn't understand it in the beginning. Never did I get it or think that I would be here today. But I'm grateful that I'm here today. And I'm grateful that I've connected to people like Dee, Tiffany, Jerry, Mo. There's others that are coming in, and there's others that are coming. We have no idea where God has taken us and why we all were chosen for this path and this life that we had to walk, just to be this vessel to encourage somebody else that didn't have the opportunity of what we had. So that's what this is all about. I do want y'all to tune in. The village is coming back. I can't wait till I can get them all together in one room one more time, because it's an amazing experience. And you all are welcome. Like, it's not a closed thing. It's something that we come together and we talk and we share, we cry, we laugh, we eat, we do all of the above. But I can't wait to get them all in one room again, and definitely have them to meet these new people.
It's a dope experience, and keep moving. Yeah. But I definitely encourage you, encourage everybody. So whatever you do, just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. I can't stress it enough. And that's the only way that I was still able to work those 2 jobs and everything like that, is because despite what they said, Deontay, D-Man kept moving. So Deontay still got his butt up, no matter how he may feel, no matter how. I heard stories of people going home and how they sleep all day and sleep all day the next day. I didn't have time for that. I realized that if I kept moving, and that I was gonna build up some adrenaline and some energy from somewhere from working out. Working out gives you adrenaline, so it gave me some extra energy and everything like that. So eventually, I wasn't as tired as everybody else was, and I didn't have the stories that everybody else had, because Deontay kept moving. Deontay said, "I'm not gonna let this thing called kidney disease defeat me," and I realized that I was not and that I was gonna do it, and that's what I did. And you
can do it. So y'all, again, I thank y'all for tuning in to the I Choose Village virtual live for this first 3 Mondays of June. Everybody that has been on here, from Mo Liron, I think he was on here a moment, Tiffany Collier, our 2020 and 21 recipient of the Mercenary Award. Then we now have D-Man Fitness. I appreciate you all. I love y'all so much. There's nothing y'all couldn't get from me. Y'all need from me, whatever y'all need, I am always here. Again, stay tuned. We probably gonna be back next month. I might have one with all of us on. I don't know. Whatever the Lord say next, we're gonna do. But I want y'all to definitely be looking out for us. Again, everybody's in the comments. We love you too, Tiffany. Thank you, Sadie. I thank God for choosing me for this platform. Mark September 17th. Yes, that's the anniversary of the I Choose Foundation. You are definitely correct, Tiffany. Quitting is never an option. And yep. And Mama Rochelle, thank you. These 3 weeks have been very informative. 3 great stories, 3 great endings. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. D, again, I thank you. We will be in contact. I will be working out Wednesday. What time is the workout again?
6 p.m., sir.
I wanted you to tell the people. I know. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be right here with my light on and all this. And I even got me some new little workout equipment stuff. So yeah, I'm ready for this. I bought me a jump rope. I'm getting ready to start jumping. This thing finna happen. It's getting ready to happen. So again, I thank y'all for tuning in. I know we went way over our time, but thank y'all for hanging out with us. Look forward to I Choose Foundation. If you're not following us, follow us now on Facebook and Instagram. We are now the I Choose Foundation. Please go and subscribe to the I Choose TV on YouTube. There are some great things that goes on there. These videos are there. I have a life after transplant segment that I do. I have a day with the CEO. It's kind of funny. I got a tattoo, y'all. Go watch it. My stories are there. They're there. They're going to be there. Sometimes I'm going to just have them record and tell y'all some stuff. D-Man Fitness can come on in to give y'all the nuggets. It's all coming together. So I'm grateful. I know I'm speed talking, but go follow those pages. I would love to have y'all to be a part. Again, thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a great night.
Elijah.
Go ahead.
You're not about to close out with those 25 jumping jacks that we talked about?
No. We're not going to do that. What I'm going to close out with is, remember, every day you wake up, remember to choose life. I love y'all. Good night.
Have a great night, everyone.
You too.